Okay, so tier list for solo queue rank joust. I'm doing tanks today, so warriors and guardians. Keep in mind, this is like if you want to first pick a game and you want to have good picks, solid picks that are always gonna do good in like any comp, and also even if you have like average teammates, you know. So we start with Mr. Achilles. I think this guy was like the most overrated tank ever. I think people thought he was like S tier for a while, even though he's like average at best. He can be good, but against some like really niche comps, because he gets easily countered. I don't think he's B. I think he's like at the end of A. But first of all, you gotta be really good on him. Like you cannot be missing any ults. If you're gonna miss ult on Achilles, don't play the guy. Yeah, I think he's better than I think he is, because recently I've seen a bunch of Achilles and they've been fragging. So I'm gonna put him in A. I think that's fair. Like I said, you gotta lend your executes. That's the biggest issue. If you're not lending them, he doesn't have any value. But if you are, I think he can be A tier. Once again, against like the right comps, you know, you cannot just first pick him always. It can work, but it's better against specific comps. Fragging, I beg to differ. I've seen a lot of Achilles fragging. Modi has been fragging on him. Dragon Pasta was doing really well against like good comms and good games. And also Jack Hughes was once again doing really good. When there's no dash as well, yeah, exactly. Okay, Ama next. I think Ama is probably about the same as Achilles in terms of pick wise. Once again, she's hard to play, but she can be really good. She has like really good value against people that she can just frostbound, you know. If there's like ADCs on the other team or like a Baka, I think she's really good. She can just frostbound them on cooldown, be in their face always, and never getting too much poked, just because of her healing and also her movement speed. She's really fast. So I think I would put her in A also. We'll see if I need to do any adjustment later. Ares is probably the same. He's good, but he needs a good comp. Like if they have like a Chiron and like CC immune ult, he's not gonna have much value. His damage is still good. His 2 is really good also. He's really tanky, but that's about everything you need from him. Is like a good ult. And also there's an item in the game. What's it called? It's what is it called? That can cleanse his ult. It's oh, one sec. This item, Absolution, is a really good counter to Aerie, so just keep that in mind also. That if you can get just an Absolution as maybe like a Kabrakan, it's really good, because you're gonna get CC immune and you're never gonna get pulled, and you can also cleanse your teammates. So keep that in mind. That's a good counter to him. Okay, we continue. Athena, no, let's do Arthur first. I think Arthur is really bad. Her only value is her cripple. So I'd say against Circuit, she can be good, but even then, like, if her only value is one ability, it doesn't do anything. Like, her damage is not good enough to be as good as the other tanks, you know? She just runs around, press her buttons, and then she just dies eventually, or just runs away and it didn't do anything, you know? She needs a big buff if she wants to be meta. It's almost the same thing as Athena. She doesn't do enough damage compared to like the good guardians, you know? Like her only good thing is her dash taunt, and people, if they just like either dodge it, beads it, or just ult it, she's kind of fucked, you know? So for example, she dashes in against a Medusa, and the Medusa just ults her taunt, right? No, she doesn't do anything. She just dies because she's slow, then she gotta like face all of the CC. I don't think Athena's good at all. Atlas. I would put this guy A. It's about the same thing as these boys. He has good value. I don't think he's like S tier. Don't think he's a must ban, but he has good value in certain comms. A good Atlas can do really high damage and get away with it, but it's not all of them, so that's pretty much it. And also he gets countered a bit by Ares and also walls. That's so good as solo mage. Yeah, okay, I agree, Esli. I agree. I'm gonna put him in S just because we're talking about solo queue only. And in solo queue, like I said, the past tier list, you gotta do everything. So you gotta do the damage, the CC, the peel, everything. And this guy can do it, you know? And also, let's put Amma here. Also, I forgot this was like just a solo queue tier list. She also can do everything. Okay, I need to add something. One sec. I need to add a. The problem is this. Okay. Must ban. This is good now. There's a tier list. There's a tier for must bans. So that's gonna be better. But with this, I think these guys are S. Because in solo queue, you can first pick Amma and run the game. With Frostbound early game, then you can just build more damage and solo bull. Yeah, you can also solo Bull Demon, I'm pretty sure, with Amma. Even with the changes. So you can lead your team to a victory for sure. Bacchus is about the same as these guys. He's fine into some comps. I think like he's good against Vulcan. He's good against no dash characters. You just see Amma one shot my carries exactly. You're tripping king. What do you mean? This is a solo queue tier list now. The must bans are gonna be like all of the guys, you know. Amma solo queue frontline. Yeah, for sure. What do you mean? Okay, now if you put me in like a diamond game as Amma, I can carry for sure. Solo queue tank. Yeah, it's a solo queue. Yeah, it's a solo queue tier list. Nah, not just a solo queue frontline, you know, solo frontline. Okay, does that make sense? I don't know. Okay. The whale. I think the whale is fine. I think the whale is better than these two. Just because it's a big tank. The god has so much HP. She just builds like slows, the mid guardians, fire blink, and it has huge value. I mean, it's fine. We can disagree, but I think I've seen some Amma do like crazy shit recently. I think it's really good, but I mean, you can disagree. I don't mind. Okay, let's do Baron as well because Baron's a tank. I think Baron is like these, and it's also probably in the top because Baron can do so much for a team. Whale also decent. Yeah, Whale has huge value. It's like all around old, but just better, you know? So yeah, I think Baron can carry games in solo queue for sure. If you just CC the correct people and don't miss much. Because this guy just heals so much his team, and the ult has huge value early. You can get like a bunch of free kills if people just walk up to you. So that's kind of good. Bellona. I don't find any value picking this guy over Amma. I mean, this god over Amma, because Amma just does everything Bellona does, but better, you know? It's good auto attack damage. It's good CC with her ult. It's everything. So it's either B or C. The only way this can work is if you're against like a double or triple basic attack comp. So if you're facing like double hunter or hunter assassin, like, okay, for example, like a Baka on her comp, that could work. But even then, it's hard to find the value of Bellona. There are just so much better options, you know? Cab. I think Cab is A. His solo queue potential is really good. The only thing that is hard with them is having the good follow-up. Because sometimes you're going to be CCing someone for like 2 or 3 seconds, and you're not going to get any follow-up. And that feels just awful. So he kind of relies a bit too much on his teammates to carry games. If you're comparing it to like Achilles or Baron, or these two, so I would put him in A. Serb is a must ban. His passive is way too good. His ult change is way too good. If you just go tainted with him and they have like a bunch of healing, you're never gonna die because you're just gonna steal their healing. His damage is also crazy. I think his only downside is his late game. He can be melted really easily late game. Because when hunters have the relics up and he just gets CC'd by people, and when he ults, if you just pre-Bs and hit him, you can kill him. So one got a 60 base damage nerf and he's still OP. Yeah, I think that guy is probably one of the best tanks for sure. I think Fafnir and him are the best 2 tanks, and Xing maybe we'll get to them, but yeah, just ban this guy. You don't have to play against him. Chuck would probably want to be one of the best for solo queue. And people might disagree with this, but a good Chalk can win you games for sure. The attack speed slow on his 3, and maybe not his ult, but his 3 is just insane value. And you can, like, his ult, if you build him full defense, his ult still hits like a truck. You do like 40% of Squishy's HP, you know? Start with an early contagion is nasty. Yeah, also. I agree. So yeah, if you want to run some games, I'd suggest you try chalk. So until like masters, I think you can win like a good majority of your games for sure. Charon. I think Charon has good value. He's for sure better than the whale. He's really good into interrupt. If he wants to interrupt shit. For example, Charon against Bacchus, I like the matchup. He can just one the Bacchus every time he burps. Same thing with like Guan. Against a Guan, I think Charon is really good. His only problem is his cooldowns are so long. Like his cooldowns are like his 2 and 1. Let's see. What are Charon's cooldown? Abilities. See, this is 15 seconds. And this is 14 seconds at best. This is so long for cooldowns. Then we'll find into the shields. Yeah, but Esley, if you buy some damage... okay, it's hard to say because I haven't played this guy in a while, but when I was playing him, solo queue, I was just running games. Because he was doing so much damage, but I think his damage got nerfed. So yeah, I agree with you guys. I think maybe he could be in B. Because before you could just carry game with his damage, but now I guess you can't. Because he got nerfed way too hard and his cooldowns are a bit too long. And if you want to play Charon, I'd suggest just buy med. If you buy upgraded med, I think that's really good. Low A. I don't know. Bilbo, prep him back. It's too slow if you buy tablet. Okay, we'll see. I can adjust it. I'm gonna put him in B for now. We'll see. Cthulhu. So I was thinking about this. If this guy's an S or a must ban. Yo, K-Money's stepdad. Thanks for the follow. Okay, there's K-Money's mom and K-Money's stepdad. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in must ban Cthulhu because he's annoying. And if you don't plan on playing a hunter, you just ban it in solo queue. Exactly. If you're gonna solo queue, and if you're not sure what you're gonna play, just ban Cthulhu or like first pick it if you want. And also, there's gonna be more than 6 bans here for sure. All right, Cullen. I think he has good value. It's a bit like all of these guys. He's good into certain comms. He doesn't have like really bad matchups, but I don't know. I think he's a bit risky to pay because sometimes if like your team doesn't follow up and you just blink ult, you just die after and it feels bad. So I wouldn't suggest to play him all the time. I would say he's A at max. Erlong is gonna be B. In solo queue, you could think he doesn't have damage, but he has to face 3 people at the same time. So okay, maybe like in gold, like gold and plat, this could work. But not, like in diamond, Erlong's not gonna be able to do enough damage for sure. You're just gonna get punished for it by the other team for sure. Fafnir, I think he's the best tank in the game. I think he's above Serb. His late game is so insanely good, and I think that's why I think he's above Serb. His early is a bit tougher, but now that his ult is like 60 seconds long, even early game, I think Faf is just the best. I think he's just the best character in Joust. If you're a good Faf, I think you should be running games, and even if you're like first picking a tank and your teammates are average, you can just do so much damage. Doesn't be like that every game anyway. If you're gonna build off, though, it's nasty. I guess we can talk about Fenrir. I just hate this god. I talked about it in my assassin tier list. This guy doesn't bring anything to the table. The only thing he does well is having damage early game with his tree and ulting people. So if you're gonna solo queue above plat, I don't think you're gonna win with him. But okay, I guess I could put him there because like in gold and plat you can run games with him, but after that it's really hard. Ganesh is really matchup specific. I think he could be good like against some gods that you just want to silence, like Baba. It has good value, but except that, I don't see why you would just play Ganesh over all of these picks, and especially in solo queue. It's hard that even if you get like a perfect combo with your ult, you're gonna need some follow-up, so I don't suggest playing Ganesha at all. Geb has really good damage. I feel like people underestimate him. Getting Fire Blink and just blinking past people, ulting, basic attacking him, and just knock up after, it does like 75% of people's health. It's really good. He's also one of like the most fun characters in Smite, I feel. So yeah, you guys should try Gib out. His only downside is his early game can be tough because your shield doesn't have like enough points in it. And yeah, but the good thing about solo queuing with Geb is you can save your teammates also if they do like tough plays. Geb most fun in Smite is a hot take. I think he's one of the most fun characters for sure. Joseph. I'm not saying he's the most fun, but he's one of them. But again, oh, so Afro. I could pull. No, I don't want to pull up the Afro. Fuck Afro, man. Gilg. I think Gilg is S. Also. I think if you want to run games, Gilg can be like probably the best one that is always going to be open. If you have a really good Gilg, it's probably your best bet as a tank. If these are bans, of course. Of course. Yo, Bogus with the big raid. Thank you so much, bro. We're doing a tier list right now, so I'm going to focus on this. But thank you so much, Bogus. GG's. You farmed me earlier. And then I played at such a good Wukong game, you know? I thought I said 90. Okay, Guan. Guan, in solo queue, you're not gonna have a good time. His healing is good, but often, like, the current Guardians that are metas are just always gonna interrupt history, so he cannot get his damage off. And you have, like, your team needs to follow up and know what you're gonna do on the horse, so it's not gonna feel good. I would say he's, like, probably, like, Charon. Thank you so much, Bokus. Hope you had a good stream. Okay, no thanks here. Herc. I don't like Herc. I think Herc sucks. I don't think he sucked, but I think people overpick him compared like to better Guardians. But I think he's good in solo queue. If you're good Herc, it's not. I mean, you're not gonna be facing 3 GMs all the time, so I think it's a good pick. I think you just have to build him with Frostbound early to just get your combo off and do so much damage, and you have to snowball because late game this guy doesn't do much. He just dies. So I think it's a good solo queue guy, but I don't like this pick in like a team comp overall. It's fine, but I don't like Herc. I still think he's good. I just think he's a bit overrated. That's all. Okay, any thanks here, Horus. Horus is rough in solo queue. He's like one of the best guy to have a mage with you. Good Herc runs the lobby, not in a GM lobby. I can show you guys a bunch of games where there was a Herc. So I lost against a Herc a few games ago against Fury. Okay, the games are okay. I lost this game against Fury. You know, he was a Herc, but this wasn't the reason they won. He played that great, but I'll be honest, that was like the Achiman also fragging and us kind of trolling. And if I look at some Herc games, can I find one? There was one a few days ago, right? This one. We just won in 9 minutes. You know? Because the Herc, if he doesn't have value early, he just dies. There was also another one. This one was also another Herc game where he doesn't have any value late game, you know? So first of all, he needs to snowball and also get a big lead and just run the lobby. But it's in solo queue, it's possible, but in like a team, like a big GM game, it's really, really hard, I feel like. And people are just gonna juke a good Herc eventually. Okay. Is there anyone else that I'm missing? Yorm. Let's go. Yorm, I think he's there. Yorm is really, 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 really good right now. He does so much damage. His tablet build is good. Against healing comps, he's good. You just build him tainted. And basically, your plan is just to poke people until they die. You know, you just want them on cooldown until they're low, and you can just dive them. He can play so risky. You just gotta make sure that you ult late game. Sometimes people wait with him to ult, and the Yorm just dies because he's late game and he gets shredded. So you just gotta make sure you ult. It's better to ult and like be full HP than just to die in your ult and just lose the game. And yeah, he just stacks tablet way too fast. He can go Divine, E-Staff, Gem of ISO. It's all really good and annoying hunting things. Kepri. Kepri, I would probably put him in C. Like, this guy isn't as bad as we think he is. Like, his 2 now is pretty good, and if you just coordinate with his ult late game, he can just, like, I think he's really good with an assassin. If you just let your assassin dive, But the thing is, okay, no, this is solo queue. Fuck it, I'm putting him in D. I think it would be fine otherwise, but like you're not gonna be able to do much as a Khepri in solo queue. If your team feeds, you're just losing, you know. Arthur, I would put him in B. In solo queue, maybe in A. No, I would put him in A. He's fine against like some comps, but if they have cripples and other things, it's gonna be really hard to play. So I would say A tier. It's really hard to first pick because they're gonna counter you, but if he gets against a good comp, he can run games. It's actually not that bad. But you also gotta play him really well and learn your shit. But if you build it with the Shield of the Phoenix, Glad Shield, and you have like a double physical comp, I think it's fine. Athena and Khepri, same god. I'd agree, Zay, but the thing is, people know more about Athena dashing in and taunting than Khepri, you know? When people see an Athena and she dashes, they usually follow up more than a Khepri. Kumba, I think Kumba is one of the best picks also. He's not the must ban anymore. Some people ban him. I don't think he's that. I think Yorm could be better in solo queue. Kumba needs a bit of follow-up, and Yorm doesn't, you know? So that's pretty much it. His CC is really good, his damage really good, but it's usually not enough to carry games. You're gonna have to do something more than that, and I think Yorm can do it, you know? Kuzembo. I think Kuzembo's a must ban. I just hate this guy. This turtle guy is so annoying. People would usually ban Kumba instead of Kuzembo. I think Kuzembo is a better ban for sure now. This guy is always annoying. I don't think he's as good as these two, but he's still annoying for sure. Maui. I don't think Maui's that bad. But in solo queue, you're not gonna do much except just CC people. He's like a bit like Horus. You're just gonna knock up people, root people, but if you don't have any follow-up, you cannot win the games, you know? It always comes down to that. If you wanna run games as a solo queue tank, you're gonna have to pick these gods, you know? I mean, yeah, he's underrated, but in solo queue, I don't think he does enough. Like, I think he's on the same tier as these guys, you know? Okay, Mulan. I think Mulan's good in solo queue. Probably S or low A. Her grab is really good, and her damage is kind of crazy. If you can land everything on her, you're just gonna be shredding people. And it's a bit like Naja. People are like people know how to follow up with a Mulan. When she grabs someone, people know like it's time to engage. You know. If Achilles A, Mulan has to be A. Yeah, I agree. She cannot be above Achilles. Oh, okay. Nike. In solo queue, Nike isn't that bad. I think she can be an A. Her damage is good, and like average people in solo queue, they don't know how to counter a Nike. They just see a big shield and they kind of panic, you know? So I think her value is good, and her damage is really good. So yeah. With the changes with her 3, Mulan it's just a not miss, exactly. Okay, Odin. Odin is probably A again. He's a bit like these guys. He can bring a lot to the table, but he cannot do anything. He can cage people, and people, when they see a cage, they follow up, but the other team is always going to have a Phantom Shell. So he has good damage, good value, but I don't think he can run games like them, you know? So it's not deeper than that. Osai, I think Osai is probably S. Maybe not. People don't play him anymore. It's hard to say. He's probably in this case, because you want to go Frostbound and spam your abilities, right? But I don't think he gets melted way too fast nowadays. I think his tree got also nerfed a bit. So I think it's a bit risky going Osai. Solo queue. It's hard to say because no one plays him, like I said, but yeah. People just get double shell every game. Yeah, exactly. The moment you pick Odin, people just go double Phantom Shell, and then it's hard to get good value from your ult. Okay. No tanks here. I guess I could put Serket in because she's kind of like a tank. She's S. I don't think I need to explain anything why. She just does too much. She's one of the best character in Joust. I don't think she's like above these two, but she's really good for sure. Okay, am I missing anyone? I don't think so. Shiva. I think Shiva's really good in solo queue. I think he might be against maybe this same level. But his early game is really good. You do so much damage, and it's easy to follow up a Shiva because he just kills people and put them low HP. And you can also heal your teammates, so it feels really good. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk long, but Sobek I can do it for sure. There we go. I think Sobek is really, really bad right now. I haven't lost to a Sobek in a while, I'm pretty sure. The problem with this guy is he doesn't do any damage. He needs another magical with him. If I can just check out a game that I did against the Sobek. Was it this one? Yeah, once again, if you're against a Sobek and he has double physical, you don't just have to ignore him. He doesn't do any damage with his ult if you're a tank. And even if you're a backliner, you could just either just Aegis something. I don't know. I feel like Sobek doesn't have any value right now. Yeah, exactly. Like someone in chat says, Sobek is so bad that they had to give him an execute in Smite 2. So I think I'm gonna put him in B. Like, this is sad to see, because Sobek was always like a must ban and an S. Maybe this is troll for solo queue, but I really feel like it's hard to have good value with him. I'm not gonna do Naj all the end lines. I did them in the assassin tier list, and they don't go like full defense, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. Sylve. I think Sylve is better than Sobek for solo queue. This guy does so much damage, bro. If he gets a full combo off and people underestimate your damage. Yeah, okay, Zabe, you're right. That's fine though. You're right. If people underestimate your damage, like backliners, and you just get like a big ult 1 and 2 off, they're just gonna die. So I think he's fine. Also with sprint, he's really safe, and he's good to punish people also. So yeah, I think Sylvanus is A. This might be a hot take, but I think he's A. Wukong. Okay, I did a Wukong game today. I was really bad, but I don't think he's that good either. I think he's fine, but I don't think he does enough right now. Like his poke can be healed up by a chalice spot. You just pop a chalice spot, and his one doesn't do anything. You know, he can be good against certain comps, but if you're gonna play a tank, you might as well just play one of these, you know? They have just more value, especially in solo queue. It's easier to just slam a frostbound on this guy and just run at people than to have this guy try to kill everyone with his abilities, you know? Surtur is about the same thing. I think he's fine in certain comps, but in solo queue, he's probably better than Wukong for sure. Probably like here. But you gotta snowball with him, which is hard also. I don't think he's really that good. Like his early game is fine, but late game he just runs around, throw minions, and I don't know. He cannot really dive people with his old late game. He just instantly dies. That's my take on him. And I played it a bunch against Cosmos Surtur, which is like a really good guy. So okay, did I miss tier? Tier is 40. Okay. I think Terra is probably A. Probably again about here. Like she's exactly like these guardians. She has good damage. She's easy to follow up, but she cannot do everything, you know. She cannot heal, do damage, and save all of her teammates, you know. So I think she has good value, but it's hard to say how much she can do in a solo queue. Tier kind of sucks. He's like Wukong. He blinks in, or just he does his damage, and then people just heal it off. So yeah, I don't know what to say more about Tier. I would love for him to be good. I think, okay, maybe his combo with his ult now, the stun lasts longer, right? Think he's not that bad, but if you first pick a Tier in solo queue, people are just gonna like pick cripples and just stuns, and he's gonna be hard to play. So this could be like a good last pick. But even then, I don't think you should play Tier over any of these guys, you know? But yeah, I guess A isn't that bad also. Like, A isn't bad, it's just, I still think he's better than these, for sure. Won that game, by the way, Tier broken? Yeah, I think Tier's fine. A is a fine Tier for him. And like, as you can see, almost like all of the good warriors are there. Only Gilg and, okay, I guess there's 4 in S too. It's not that bad. There is Xing okay, Xing I think is one of the most annoying gods in Smite right now. This guy is so good. He has infinite HP 5, so he can never get poked out. When he uses his 1, you cannot do any damage to him. His ult is good, it's on a low cooldown, and his 3 is really good to like juke any damage. his 3 makes it so that you can juke everything, you know? I think Xing is probably the 3rd best Guardian. In order, I would put them like this, for sure. Top of S, you think, yeah, Xing is a must ban for me. For me, this guy is too annoying to let him be in any game. I'll be honest. And Emir, I think Emir can be really good. I played Emir twice the last few days, and the 2 times it was against like insanely good comms. And once again, the 2 times I played it, I won in like below 15 minutes. The only thing is he gotta like you gotta pick him against a good comp, like against a Terra, against a Nares. But if they have 3 leaps, he loses value, but it's not that bad, you know. It's still good, but against a Herg also it's really good. Any dash character, Emir's really good. And also people forget Space with Logio, sleep on Kuzembo because I think Kuzembo's not picked often, but he's one of the best, for sure. And also, everyone knows what Emir does, and he's easy to follow up. If you see an Emir walk up and freeze, you're gonna follow up. If you just compare it to like a Cab winning, people are not always sure if Cab is gonna cook, but Emir is always gonna cook, you know? So I would probably put him like about this, you know? Okay, and Yemoja, finally. I'm a Yem hater. Like, Fury's gonna be in there saying Yem is fine. I just think she's so bad. Her ult is good. I guess her stun is good, but like she doesn't do anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. I don't think she's C tier, but she's so hard to play also. She's so hard to play because you gotta use her perfectly. Her 3 gotta be used perfectly. So yeah, I guess her heals are good for sustain. It's like a bit like Cupid Hearts, but she doesn't do enough damage, I feel like. Haven't seen a good Yem in years. Also that, like, she's one of the hardest gods to play, so it's hard to say if she's good. We gotta, like, put some wrong queue. She's Dean Giles, especially solo queue. Okay. I'm gonna put her in C. I think she's probably broken. We're just all bad. I'd agree, Exorcist, but I'm gonna need some proof, you know? If I don't see any guy cooking on Yem, I cannot put her above B. I can play her and I'm bad. I don't think you can play her well, Jack. I cannot play Yemoja well. Okay, I think the last one is Vamana. Someone said it in the chat. Vamana is better than people think in solo queue. Maybe I haven't played him in a while, but I got a good clip of him. I think he's probably an A. It's all about the matchups again. If you get Vamana in a good matchup, you get a good Blink, 3, and ult against them. It's really good. I can maybe show you guys a clip that I did it with him. So I was against an Anubis, so I guess that's why I did so well getting in there. 1 second. Okay, this one. Look at Vamana value. You can also really snowball hard. Okay, how can I open this in another tab? No, man. Share. Copy link. There we go. That's the Vamana value. See, that guy's OP, you know? So just keep in mind, especially in like Plat, I think Vamana can run games for sure. Above Diamond, I don't think he's really good ever. But until then, you can probably farm some games if you wanna solo queue with him. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anyone. So basically, what you want to do is just ban these, or if you're not banning these, just first pick it. That's it. Just first pick one of these picks, and then if they're all banned, you can just try one of these, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one of these 8 gods. Like I said, this is for solo queue again. It's not always gonna work because I don't think tanks are the best way to win games in solo queue, but these can all set up your team to do well and also do enough damage to just win games, you know? So yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna post it in the Discord like I did the last few times. And there we go. Okay.